one thing that I will stand firm on is my content has never changed. But at the end of the day, if you're going to be a content creator, you have a thumbnail and a title long before they hear the words or the content themselves. And my channel can show you my flip to more catchy titles and thumbnails is working. It just is. You can't argue the fact, but the content never changed. Alrighty, folks, we got to talk about the word crash in a lot of my recent videos. I think there's a couple of things you need to understand. One, we have already had a crash in transactions. Two, I believe there is a big crash coming to multifamily. And I think I've done several videos with different millionaires about, hey, if you thought there was a 20% crash coming to residential, what would you do? This is obviously irritating lots and lots of people, but I am trying to provide value and unique perspective because I don't think there's a residential crash coming. But hey, if there is one, what you should do. There is a crash coming to multifamily. You may not like it, but that does not make it not true. And then finally, we have had a crash. It was just in transactions. And your fear-mongering doomers didn't get it right. I did. How you doing, Mark?
Awesome. Thanks for having me on again.
Absolutely. So let's get into it. There's lots of hate in these comments. So let's just dig in and go through them one by one.
Yeah, I think this one really represents what's going on for your channel and just the community that you're building. But this one is from Collinsworth. It says, all this guy does is say there will be no crash. Then all his videos are titled as a crash is coming. And then you reply, play the game. Someone else replies, got him. And then another comment was, you came here because of the crash title, so it worked. And then Cody replies again, no, I follow this channel because it's usually pretty good content. Just the clickbait is tiring and off-putting. Would rather just get the honest discussion on markets.
Well, there's a couple of things there. So again, as we've talked about here recently, I tried to do it the clean way for 15,000 videos and it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I tried for 5 years and 15,000 videos. It doesn't work. At some point, you know, keep repeating yourself is not the right answer. So one thing that I will stand firm on is my content has never changed. But at the end of the day, if you're going to be a content creator, you have a thumbnail and a title long before they hear the words or the content themselves. And my channel can show you my flip to more catchy titles and thumbnails is working. It just is. You can't argue the fact, but the content never changed. That said, I believe what I said at the opening. One, we have had a crash in transactions and we got it right. Most people got it wrong. Two, we will have a crash in multifamily. Ken McElroy talked about a building going from 40 to 14. That's a 65% discount. If that's not a crash, I don't know what it is. A lot of people don't like it when I talk about a crash in multifamily because they can't play there. That's not my problem. That's a you problem. That's not a me problem. That's a you problem. And then lastly, everybody wants a residential crash. So something I did this week with 4 or 5 people was say, okay, let's pretend for a moment I'm wrong and there will be a 20% crash. And you think the crash takes 18 months. Okay, so what? What do you do? I think that's an interesting video because everybody has attacked it differently. So I don't use the word crash just because it is actually in the content. You may come to my channel hoping I'm going to tell you that home prices are going to crash, but that's not what I believe. But I do talk about transactions. I do talk about multifamily, and I'll even go, hey, what happens if I'm wrong? So if people don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. It's clearly working.
Yeah, talking about like what people can do or what are they supposed to do. But this one was a comment on housing crash bigger than 2008. The comment was, it is going to happen. Why? Because with tariffs, companies can't plan ahead. Employers are going to tighten the hiring. AI is going to replace millions of jobs. Mortgage insurance and car insurance is going to increase 20% every year, and tariffs are a tax on the consumer. All middle class is going to get squeezed until our eyes pop out, and investors will swoop in to buy those foreclosed mortgages because they have money up the ass, and people will be forced to move in with relatives just to survive. And you also reposted it with, is the answer just to give up?
Yeah. Yeah, I get a lot of these. There's a lot of comments like this one that are just basically saying, I give up, it's impossible. And I don't know how to deal with that. I really don't know how to deal with, like, if you've already given up, fine. I don't care. There's no skin off my back. But I'm here for the people that go, basically, I can do it. Right? I talk to millionaires all the time who started in much worse shape. And if you're already writing stupid stuff like that, saying, I give up, dude, I'm not even going to try to help you. In fact, part of me wants to make fun of you, but that's generally not how I roll. But sometimes I do, especially when they get freaking catty. But yeah, dude, if you've already given up, I'm not even going to bother with you. In fact, some of you I'll just block because I don't need that poison in my life. At the end of the day, you need to read a book called Extreme Ownership. It's one of my top 3 favorite books ever, because if you give up and you give control to other people, you're powerless. I never want to be powerless. I will own everything. And it's just freeing. When you own and you have extreme ownership, you have all the power. When you're like this weasel, you've got no power. I mean, just give up. Go away. Fine. Stop, whatever. It's crazy. I hate comments like that. I freaking hate I hate quitters. I hate people that give up. I freaking it just annoys me so much.
Well, this one will fit right up that alley then. Well, this one's kind of they're kind of agreeing with you, so you can kind of touch on that. But Peter Bedford commented, people love to hear reasons why they can't succeed. It's just easier.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's absolutely, I mean, at the end of the day, that's the reason that Doomers and Crash Bros have 500,000 subs, 200,000 subs, is because they're giving their audience permission to do nothing. And not only permission, they say, it's okay. I'll take care of you. I'll ring the bell when it's okay to go get your food. It's okay, little Johnny. Little Johnny, just sit there. You be safe. And I will never do that. I'm like, little Johnny, get off your ass and get outside. Try to make some shit happen. Right? I want you to change your life for the better. I think telling somebody, it's okay, little Johnny, stay home and be safe under mommy's blanket, it's terrible advice. However, if you want to grow fast, that's what you do. And you will never, ever see that from my comment, because I believe we pick ourselves up by the bootstraps. I came from a very horrible situation to something great. We got 9th grade dropouts. We got people with $200K in debt to start this journey. Section 8 moms, single moms. It's just, hey, you do you. If you want to be a quitter, you're not in my world. I don't even see quitters. I only see people that want to build wealth. And that's what I love about our school community, which you're a part of, is it's the platform now that I feel great saying it's where wealth builders go to grow and network. That's what I'm seeing on that platform. If you're going to get there and spend 67 pennies a day, you're going to get the opportunity to network and grow. I just think it's awesome what we're doing in school.
Yeah, you touching on school, talking about your network. Maybe that'll lead into this next one. And you kind of touched on it too. You just interviewed Ken McElroy, so that was a great collaboration. But you reposted what Ken McElroy said on X. He said the biggest threats to wealth aren't taxes, it's the people around you. Friends ask for loans, and you said, amen, audit your network closely.
Yeah, this is a big one. So first off, I always want to give credit where credit is due. Jen was the one who set up the Ken McElroy. She chased him for almost a year, I think. So without her, it doesn't happen. So again, Jen deserves all the credit. That's why she got recognized at the last couple of events. But yeah, I mean, it's also why my ORaaT rules, right? This little black piece of paper right here, rule number 7, audit your network. You guys don't get it. You don't get it. Your network is your net worth. You're the average of the 5 people. At the end of the day, your network either builds you up or it doesn't. And I think Dion says this. I don't know where he got it from, but I've heard Dion say it a couple of times. You can't change the people around you, but you can change the people around you. And that is so empowering. If you don't own that, back to that quitter, little Johnny, if you don't change the people around you, I can't help you. That's why the school community is great, is I'm giving you a platform, dude, almost 400 people now. 400 people going the same direction. You want to be around that energy. 7 different accountability groups. It's just, hey, you want out of state? Great. Ladies of ORaaT? Great. Multifamily? Great. Agent, broker? Great. General accountability? Great. It's all there for you. Plus the education, and the community is so active, responding to stuff. It's just where wealth builders go to grow and network. And I feel good about saying that now. It's taken me a while to get comfortable saying it, but it's just true.
Yeah, and you touched on it on your daily financial news also, and you posted it on X. But Frank, old guy REI, they hit 50
Yeah,
accountability groups already. So yeah,
that's
so that's
amazing. Again, people don't realize this. I don't pay anybody to do anything. This was and Frank was the first. He raised his hand going, "Hey, you've helped me out a lot. I want to help others in similar situations. Oh, by the way, we tried this once and failed, but now we're doing it. It's working. So we have a unique perspective." And dude, he talks for 2 or 3 hours. He's done like 150 hours of giving back. And that's the kind of people we attract. And we are very appreciative to Frank and all the people who run accountability groups. So, yeah, great job, old guy REI.
all right. So this one, I think this is an interesting one. I think you kind of always touch on it also about inflation and whatnot. But this was a comment by Yanma Mama Bear. It says government will never choose to voluntarily cut programs and balance the budget. My bet is they would choose inflation every time. The only thing that would stop the government is bond market rates goes high enough that government cannot even service the interest payment. Then they would choose war over default. Then ask domestic households to all buy their bonds. It can go on for years before they will end up defaulting. Then they will have a debt jubilee to wipe out the debt and start over. And you replied, I have a same bet. And then also on X, Anthony Pompliano posted, they will never stop printing money, so asset prices will never stop going up. And you replied, inflation is a feature, not a bug. Invest like it.
Yeah, it's funny. Just this morning, Paul Tudor Jones on Bloomberg basically said, we have to grow our way out of this. How are we going to get rid of 38 trillion in debt? We're going to have inflation and growth. And guys, if you don't understand by now that inflation's a feature, not a bug. Again, when I say that, I don't necessarily like it. It's not fair because inflation's a regressive tax where it hurts the poor more than the rich. But it's not a judgment. It's a fact. If it's a fact, you should invest like it. Stop fighting it. Stop whining. Stop crying. Figure out a way to own assets that cash flow, hold them for a decade, and you become rich. It is that freaking simple. But you want to whine and cry and this, that, and the other thing? Again, I can't help you. It's not fair. I agree. So what? Keep going. Lots of things in life aren't fair. I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, I have that shirt, right? Inflation's a feature, not a bug, or inflation makes me rich. Ask me how. It just is. And the sooner you figure it out, the sooner you invest like it, the richer you'll get.
So yeah, you're talking about inflation, buying assets. This person commented on the Redfin housing market is crashing as buyers disappear with Anna Kelly. But this person replied, yeah, well, yeah, it's too soon to panic. It's too bad people take this advice. It will take a couple of years, but it's going to be bad. Demand is not there due to affordability, whether it's unemployment, increased taxes, and our major cost of living increases. Credit is going to be less available and more expensive while your bond market implodes. Do these people have any understanding what is actually going on in financial markets? People still trying to make money in real estate, not realizing the best money maker for the next 10 years is gold. Just buy gold and sit back. And I believe you said, so buying a little yellow bar is the way or something like that.
I think I said, oh, I should go buy a yellow rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, one of the things that I've learned, because I've been studying this stuff for 30 plus years, when you become a gold bug or frankly a Bitcoin maxi or even a real estate, whatever, you get very biased that your way is the right way. And this guy thinks gold is the right answer. I will remind you that you can't transact in gold, right? You don't go to the grocery store and scrape off gold. Gold is very heavy, right? It's hard to accumulate a lot of gold, and it doesn't produce cash flow. And I don't understand. It doesn't compute how somebody would have 80% of their net worth in gold, right? Because then your only way out is to go back to fiat currency, and it doesn't produce cash flow. And how do you insure it and all of those things? So, I don't deal with gold bugs, and frankly, even Bitcoin maxis, right? And I own one. I have more than one. It's just like it's all a big puzzle, and I don't ever think one investment is the right answer all the time. I think markets have cycles, things are under and overvalued, and yeah, I will not put a significant percentage of my net worth in a yellow rock. That's for sure.
So on that point too, maybe because most of my content I watch is real estate related and whatnot, but it seems
Mhm.
like why does real estate get attacked so much? So you had a video with Cody Davis recently,
Mhm.
and the person commented, "Oh please, multimillionaire in debt is more like it. It's not the same. Today I'm a multimillionaire with millions in my brokerage. I can actually pull the money out, see it, buy something without obtaining a loan. Zero stress, no debt. Stock market is king. Being a
Mm.
landlord, juggling debt is not the way. I have a stress-free life traveling Asia with my family, currently in Osaka without a care in the world. That's where it's at."
Well, again, one of the things that's really unfortunate about that comment is I'm guessing this guy is my age or older, right? You don't build stock market wealth by the time you're 25, right? So putting that comment on a video and going after Cody Davis is grossly unfair. Cody Davis has become a multimillionaire in equity by the time he was 25. I think it was actually by the time he was 23. You're not doing that in the stock market. So stop mixing apples and oranges. That is just grossly unfair. It's like a baby boomer saying a Gen Z person's not doing their thing. That's crap. That is completely unfair. If you want to come after me, big boy, let's have a conversation. I live my life out loud. I have zero stress, spend zero time. I am let's go toe to toe. Let's compare asset bases. Throw your balance sheet on the table. I'll throw mine. We'll see what happens. And yeah, it's really unfair when baby boomers or Gen X go after Gen Z. That's just, dude, they haven't lived life yet. You got decades on them. The only reason you're rich in the stock market is because you bought 20 years ago, ding dong. It's just that I saw that comment and it was grossly unfair. It was done in poor taste, in my opinion.
Well, exactly to your point, Cody Davis did reply to him and said, "Someone who's financially well off wouldn't feel so inclined to comment like you did regarding your
Yeah,
24-year
good
old
for Cody.
portfolio." It said, "If you started with stocks at 19 with 3K like I did with real estate, your risk-adjusted return would be significant lower."
Oh, good
So
for Cody. I don't get into conversation, so I never see that stuff. I'm glad you did. Shout out Cody, you're a baller. I respect you. Nice work.
Yeah, this one is really so maybe you can dig in a little bit deeper on this one. So this one you reposted it on X. It's from Financial Juice. It said Feds Harker, we're increasingly flying blind when it comes to critical data. And you
Oh,
reply, or are you kidding me? This is scary and sad.
yeah. So basically, what the Federal Reserve is admitting is the data collection that they're getting is crap and the quality is crap. Hence, all of the adjustments that we have each and every month. So it's all just crap piled on crap, crap squared, which is frightening because the Federal Reserve, 18, 19 members with Powell, are making monetary decisions on crap data with crap information that does crap. And it's like, are you freaking kidding me? And it's really funny you bring this question up because just this morning, GDP Now, or no, Trueflation sent a note out suggesting that they scrap the old way, which again, Hawker admits is crap, and use what they got. They have I don't know, it's thousands of economic metrics updated every day with every release, and it's proven to be a lot more accurate. And oh, by the way, is already below 2%. So congrats, folks. You've done your job, Fed. Declare victory. So, and then the last thing I'll say is, are you freaking kidding me? With the access to information, have you heard of the internet? Have you heard of point of sale? Have you heard of all of these things? The fact that you can't get better quality data daily, if not hourly, you all should be fired. Maybe not the Fed presidents, but your freaking data collection, your PhDs. You probably have more PhDs in economics in the Fed than anywhere else. The fact that your data sucks says you suck. Oh, I read that quote. It was like, are you freaking kidding me? and like nobody's doing anything. It's just bad. It's really bad.
Yeah, so I mean, there's no answer needed for this one, but just someone kind of agrees with what you're saying. They said, "Who the heck can figure all this out?" But thanks for the info. So there's just so much confusion out there, right? But
Yeah.
this one was from Eddie Tennyson, and you reposted on X, and I love Eddie's stuff on X, so we give him a follow. But he said,
Yeah.
I don't know who needs to know this, but when you hit the age of 70, you're probably
Hmm.
either going to be sitting in a rocking chair or you're going to be going all out, full speed ahead, and acting without much fear. I prefer the latter to the former.
Yeah, this is a big deal for me because, as you know, I'm on a health journey this year. I'm 53, and I get to travel. Back to this Osaka guy, I get to travel all over the world, 6-star ships, first class flights. We're staying at the Four Seasons, and I get to see, folks in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, and some of them are like, dude, I want that guy's activity, that energy, that lifestyle. He's healthy, he's active, he's vibrant. But a lot of them, their bodies have given up. They didn't take care of their bodies. Um, sure, they can write the check, but can they enjoy it? I mean, I really got this on that Viking cruise we did, which was crazy expensive. I was like, you guys are spending 50 grand and you get off the ship for 10 minutes and you're exhausted and you got to be wheeled around in a wheelchair. Are you kidding me? So, yeah, Eddie's absolutely right. And it might even be earlier than 70. It might be 60. So again, folks, if you're getting up there in age, take care of your health. And otherwise, it just doesn't matter how much money you have. You might be alive, but the quality of alive, not there. So be careful.
Yeah, exactly. Me sitting here waiting for shoulder surgery, just things like that. The field that I'm in, it makes me realize how much sooner I want to exit, that profession. It can take just
Yeah.
one call. So yeah, it's really eye-opening. But to that point, I want to also say your titles must be working too, because last week's video that we did, I think there was over like 3,000 views. The week
Nice.
before that was like 500 views. So I don't know. We're doing something good. So it's working.
Yeah,
And
the
then,
title again, it's title and thumbnail. I mean, I've tried to play the game the other way and you all don't click. You all don't click on the other stuff. So what am I supposed to do?
all right. Well, all I have really is maybe if there's any update on this, but Simon Kraus says, can we already get tickets for the event next year? So maybe you have any updates on that?
Yeah, I'll do the same thing as I did last year. I'll put them on sale August 1st. It's basically 6 months before. I didn't want to put them on sale early because again, people that come out that want to come back, that's a lot of money to put out very soon. So it'll be August 1st again. August 1st they'll go on sale.
All right. That's all I got for this week.
All right, buddy. Take care of yourself. Where can they find you? Are you over 1,000 yet?
No, I'm at close to 900. Those damn bots keep tricking me. So like I'll jump over 900, then they disappear. But yeah, Financial Firefighter, YouTube, X, Instagram. So yeah, come check me out, please.
Yeah, I love what he's doing. He's got lots of different interviews with amazing folks. Again, real conversations with real people. Follow the Financial Firefighter. Get him a follow. Get him over 1,000. Really thank him for doing all this extra work. Thanks, buddy.
All right, see you.
Mm-hmm.